That's a recording. We're starting now. Look
All
at that.
right.
What's up, everybody?
Hey, it's working.
We are at a new week, a new time, a new planet.
New
Welcome to
planet.
the new planet. Welcome to the Under the Table cast or podcast or unnamed podcast. We're still working on name. To be
That's fair.
determined. I am joined here again with Striker. What's up, Striker? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I've been really busy lately working in the produce department at a grocery store, so that's
Look
fun.
at that, moving on up in the world. Moving on up.
Moving on up, while I'm also as some of you know, I think I already talked about that in the first episode, selling comics and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
he's a
Cool.
comic broker. And we got Aaron here again on the ones and twos. He wasn't here last time, but he's here this time. So look at that. Look at that.
Mm.
And you may notice that we have someone new here. Chance wasn't here, but we have a new member here. Max, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Awesome.
Great.
Doing
Yeah.
pretty good.
A little bit about me. I'm still in college, so that's always fun.
Woo.
I like video games, anime, just about anything nerdy and slash geeky. So yeah,
Where are you going to college for?
mechanical engineering.
Oh
The
yeah, you did
smart
say you're an
kid.
engineer, so
Yeah. It's painful.
Yeah.
I would, if you really enjoy it, it's fine. But if you don't, run. Like, it's so
Yeah.
much work.
I'm currently going to college for psychology and history, so social
Okay,
studies,
cool.
pretty much. So.
Social study. I went back to school, so I'm currently in school for game art and design because I want to make video games, but I also want to be a writer, and I can't be bothered to code because that requires more math.
I hate coding so much. Like, I'm decent at it because I learned it and could do it, but it was painful.
I understand it on like a conceptual level, right? Like I understand the idea of the if-then statements, but that's as far as it goes for me. So it's like, I'm not gonna touch that with a 40-foot pole if I can help it.
And I'm an old man when it comes to technology, so took me a while to even set up a PayPal, sending money by carrier pigeon.
I know, dude just discovered PayPal. His
So
I'm
you don't have Venmo yet.
His friends tried to. They were betting on like what was it, a sports game or something like that.
I don't remember.
And they were like doing a bet. And he was like, yeah, we could all bet $10. And he goes, yeah, I'm not gonna do that because I have no way to get you guys the money. It's like, what do you mean? That was send money through carrier pigeon and stuff.
Send them I don't know. A check through the mail for $10.
Oh my god.
It'll be a cashier's check.
Cashier's check. Go to what is it? Trust something at Kroger.
Yeah.
Western
Union.
Yeah, Western Union. That's what it's called.
God, I hate Western Union. So I used to work at a bank, right, for my current job. I'm an accountant now, but I used to work at a bank, and we'd get people trying to do Western, and it's always like the most sketchy things ever. Right? People be like, I need to send money to Cambodia. It's like, why do you need to send money to Cambodia? And we're like, okay, fine, whatever. You can send money wherever. And you're getting their name, be like, okay, I need a first and last name. They'll be like, K. Like K-A-Y? No, the letter K. It's like, what? I'd be like, okay, can I get a last name? P. What? I need letters or not names. I need you to send me.
Jesus.
I need real names. And one person wrote, and I swear this letter was like, it was like a Y, like a cursive Y. And I was like, okay, so I wrote it back to him. I was like, is this correct? And then they say yes. So I go through the whole transaction, finish the whole transaction, and then bring up the final, so they sign it and give me the money. Basically, the transaction's done now. I just need to get the money. And they go, oh, no, that's spelt wrong. Like, what do you mean it's spelt wrong? It's like, yeah, right here. That's an M. It's like, that's an M? It's like, no, that's a Y. It's like, no, that's an M. And then they looked at me like I didn't know how to speak and write in English. It's like, first off, we use the same alphabet. I don't care what language issues we're having. We use the same alphabet.
I could understand if it was like a different alphabet, but if it's the same alphabet, that's
no. They were sending money to Haiti. It's like
Yeah,
they're
that's the same
speaking like
alphabet.
Haitian
Yeah.
Creole. Like it's the same alphabet. It's just
Oh my god.
oh, it was the worst. I hated it so much. Striker, what have you been doing at your? You said you got a new job. You're working.
Yeah,
You're a
produce.
bag boy. Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm not front end. Hell no. Front end was actually having issues yesterday where the debit and credit card readers weren't working.
Oh,
they
that's
never work in
horrible.
Walmart.
And then the ATM ran out of money. So that was fun.
Ooh.
And then the electrician had to come in because all the freezers stopped working. Because they smelled like burning. So
They smelt like.
Burning
were these
electrical is a really bad smell.
were these issues happening before you started working there?
Apparently.
Are you sure?
I don't know. That's what I was just told. They could be
You
lying.
can't.
Like as soon as you get there, everything starts going wrong. I mean,
So-
coincidence.
So Stryker has this amazing ability to just attract negativity to himself.
Yeah,
He's like-
it's really bad.
He's
Hey.
like a magnet for negativity.
Like
If there's not
like Mateo and Chance or like Aaron will be talking about like their great day, and I'll just come in with like the most horrible news story ever, or like something where I'm like, or I'll talk about like something that just came out, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, the big series right now, you know, and I'll be like, oh, people are like saying all this negative stuff about it. Mateo's like, what are you talking about, or something.
He's loving
It's
it. Like
I did find out about it though. People like they just don't like black people again, I guess.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
But I did find out about that. But he knows about it like before it happens. We were talking about this also goes into like the anime that he watches because I finally got him to watch Spy Family. Now he's reading it.
okay, yeah, reading it is amazing.
But
really
he
good.
was watching. He said, "I think I know why Spy Family is so popular. It's like it's finally like a story where like the main protagonist and stuff doesn't have like a tragic childhood and the family's like together. So like, what are you watching? Everything you watch is like things like Batman. Their parents got murdered, and
I mean, to be fair, most protagonists in anime, like their parents
true.
die.
that
Like,
is true.
Yeah.
Hey, but I watch wholesome stuff. Okay.
like we all know about the dead mother hair. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like I watch I was gonna say like I watch wholesome stuff like Sweetness of Lightning, where it's a single father whose mother died and now he has to take care of his daughter. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna it's like, or this other show where oh wait, no, he got depressed and bullied and now he has to go live in the countryside to go, okay, you know what? We're just gonna
Oh, it's a loving story, except at the end that person dies.
Yeah.
There's this show, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a rom-com. And it's like if you just Google like anime with like the saddest beginning 15 minutes, like it's like Up. Business, this girl, she could read minds, but she gets bullied like to no end to it, right? Like super sad, super
Really?
depressing.
Okay.
Yeah. And then just the rest of the show is just like a funny comedy. Except for the first 15 minutes. It's like Up, right? It's like you cry for 15 minutes and then the rest of it is just
I have to say,
happiness.
Up is actually a really average movie. And that
Really?
might be sad. Well, it's the first 15 minutes everyone talks about, and the rest is kind of, you know, it's not bad.
Fair.
It's just kind of.
That's fair. I personally really enjoyed it, but yeah.
I've seen it like 2 or 3 times. I honestly don't remember anything specific about the movies. Like I remember individual scenes and I can tell you what happens. But like I don't know. I'm kind of with Striker. Like it's a good movie. I enjoy it. Like if anyone's like
Yeah.
you want to watch Up, I'll be like let's go watch Up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's the best movie of all time. Like for sure, it's not. But I definitely think it's up there because there's some other movies that's like it's all mid. You know what I mean?
I mean it's not The Good Dinosaur.
It's Good Dinosaurs, The Land Before Time, but if Littlefoot killed his mother or some shit, I don't know. It's like the Good Dinosaur's a little shit.
The movie doesn't make any sense because it's like the whole idea is that his parents and everyone's like, don't do this because bad things will happen. Don't do this because bad things will happen, right? And it's like, but I want to go and be free and do things that we can't be afraid of, you know, the outside world and stuff. But then he does the thing and he kills his entire family.
Right.
So it's like, your parents were right.
Your parents like, don't do this. You're gonna kill us all. Oh, but I want to be free. Does it? They're all dead.
Just it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, I don't know. Incredibles is great.
Incredibles is great.
It's a spy movie.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of spy movies, Spy Kids, those were a thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Spy peak right there.
Have you rewatched those? Because those are crazy.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy about it is like they never looked good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they've always looked awful and they were super cheesy. But like I think that's what was so cool about them is that these things were basically made with like some Hubba Bubba bubble gum and some duct tape, and like that's how they made these movies, right? They were shoestring budgets.
I don't remember much from it. There's only two things I remember, and I think because the major one I saw was Spy Kids 2.
That's a good one.
I don't think I saw the first one actually. I saw the third one, didn't watch the fourth one.
I really like the third one because video games, but like
Yeah.
the more I watch it, the more I hate it. But it still might be my favorite only for the video games.
I just like the fact in the third one that Elijah Wood shows up and gets fucking murked right away.
Isn't he the one that was like, "Oh, I got this," and then it instantly dies?
Right? He was like he was like the guy. He was the hero dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh
No,
my God.
two is actually really good though, in like a Spy Kids kind of way.
You know,
I don't remember which one was 2.
They went to the Island of Dreams with like the weird dinosaurs, and they did the the dance number.
Oh, okay, okay.
One of Adam Sandler's friends. Yeah. That's very out of place.
Right.
Like a oddly, strangely good movie though. Then they made like the fourth one that wasn't good at all.
Yeah, no, it was like
I don't know what that was.
I think
the fourth one was more recent. Yeah, the fourth one was basically their kids, like the Spy Kids' kids.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't at all. It was
not
like
even like in a
Time
fun
Lord
kind of
shit.
way.
It was horrible.
Didn't it like come out in like 2014 or something?
Yeah, it was more recent than the original 3.
But yeah, no, it wasn't good. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
That was great.
I remember that.
They made a unofficial sequel to that.
Did they?
I saw.
It's called something. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Heroes Stand Up or something like that. It's literally just like the next generation after Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It was on Netflix. That was apparently just awful.
Yeah, I saw like a good minute of it and I was like, yeah, this is horrible.
What was it? I'll look it up. Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel.
See, Shark Boy and Lava Girl, this makes me think of George Lopez.
We Can Be Heroes.
And then after that, it just makes me think of waking up in the middle of the night to Nick at Night to George Lopez jumping over a fence or something, whatever it was.
Cowbell, more cowbell. Do we all? Okay, I know that me and Aaron play instruments.
Yeah.
Striker doesn't do anything. What did you do it in high school, Max?
Too fucking much.
Sounds like my life.
Right. I played piano, upright bass, and then bass guitar, and then I was basically Then basically I was in choir, band, and choir to play bass for all 3 of them. So yeah, too much.
I have this really strange ability to attract bass players. So like I was like really close friends with like our bassist in high school. He was 1 year my senior. Then the one that came after him was a bassist. Aaron plays bass. Now you play too many bassists.
Literally
I just showed up.
Well, you're your own kind of bass, like bass of calamity. I literally have my bass guitar like right here. So
nice.
Yeah.
You know what? I've never played a bass. Maybe I would find out I can secretly.
Your secret superpower?
Yeah.
Well, apparently every black person has a bass guitar in their basement. But
I forgot about that.
Joke's on them. I don't have a basement.
That you know of.
Oh God. It's like buried in the foundation.
You have the Discord. So.
Ooh, I do have the Discord. The Discord is called The Basement.
Yep,
Yeah.
and there is a base in the basement now.
Oh my god. I love bass in my basement. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm a drummer though, so I'm a percussionist. So that.
I mean, basses generally are in percussion, so is piano. So
Yeah, that's why all my best friends have just been bassists. I don't. Like
See.
in another life, I'd be dating a bassist. So.
I don't play instruments, but I can kind of sing, I guess. But it's kind of, I don't know.
Mateo just dying right there.
Okay, so my mic has been muted like this entire time, I believe.
And I heard you earlier, I think.
Yeah, you guys heard me, but I don't know that OBS heard me because I think it was like the Discord audio wasn't going through when I was talking, but it was for you guys.
Ooh.
That's probably fine. I probably don't need to contribute. Like
you could contribute.
Yeah.
This is this is the growing pains of like starting a podcast is you record a lot and then realize that your audio was muted.
Yep.
It's fine. None of my jokes are funny. I just think I'm funny.
Checking my thing to make sure it's working. It's working. Cool.
I don't mind mine up on a second screen, so I can...
Just like that, the paranoia kicks in. 18 minutes into this whole shenanigans. Like,
well, Striker has this amazing ability. So Striker sings really well. Like he has great tone and everything. I can't sing to save my life, and it sucks because I'm not tone deaf, but I sing like I am. I just can't sing, but I know it's wrong. Like if you give me a note, I can like work to hit the note. Like I know when I am in tune. I can do, but I just can't sing. But Striker can sing, hit the notes and everything. Great singer. He has no sense of rhythm. He's always out of time. He's always too slow. He'll sing a song. It's like, why are you like 10 beats too slow?
That's why you need to become a bass
player.
Don't
even get me started. Right. So because I played bass for choir and I was part of the percussion for choir. Basically we were their tempo and they could not keep with us at all ever.
Oh,
we worked so hard so many times just for them to get their tempo down, and like they have to. I was in the show choir, so they had to dance with it too. So like it should have been easier because they had to dance and they should know when to do certain moves based on their singing.
They should have got the color guard in there, like. Because we went to the same high school. Our color guard was like no joke. I feel bad though because all the color guard people were the people who like couldn't make the cheerleading squad. But like our color guard's no joke. They're like out there. They were out there like before because the drumline would arrive first. The color guard were the only other people who were before us, and they're out there like running laps and stuff. Like it's like boot camp. It's no joke. Color guard ain't playing.
Color guard's crazy. Yeah, no.
They shared a bus with us. Which was a lot because
y'all fit into one bus.
At the time, yeah, at the time that was before they merged. So right after
it was before you merged. Okay.
Yeah, right after I left, they merged the two schools.
Okay, yeah, so, no, we were much larger, which is crazier.
Yeah, no, but it was weird because then the color guard would, of course, like commandeer the bus, to change, and we're trying to get our stuff. It's like, can y'all be naked somewhere else? Like
we had the same problem with choir.
We need to get our sticks. Well, after marching band for a while, you just stop caring. Like you'll have a bin or something, and someone's just like, it's like, yeah, I mean, as a teenage boy in high school, you're like, oh yeah, naked girls. But then you get to the point, it's like, I don't care. Like, can I get my stuff? You're in the way.
I find it hilarious. So at the beginning, when we'd go to shows, at the beginning, all the girls would be like, kick us out of the room, even though we're all changing. And then be like, oh no, we're changing. And literally, most of them were still wearing stuff underneath. Like, obviously underwear, but even some were wearing like tight shirts and stuff still. And then we would have to go and change really quickly because they took forever, because of course they fucking did. And then when we came back, they didn't care at all because they were just so done with their thing, with their outfits and stuff. So they didn't care that we were all there getting changed. So it was like, you don't care now? Like it's been an hour. Like
too tired to give a shit. It's just man, like that was great. Striker, Striker has an interesting schooling
Striker, did you ever get
story.
naked on a bus full of people before? Did you do this on a bi-weekly basis?
I don't recall. But
what was your schooling like?
It was different. So I was in public school up until 5th grade. And then, see, my public school was weird because we had kindergarten, then primary school, then intermediate school,
it's like
then middle school, and then high school.
Many schools.
Yeah, too many. Because intermediate school was just 4th and 5th. But anyways.
Dude, that's the same face that we made. Striker's up here like, apparently Maine thinks that they're in the UK or something. Like...
Yeah. Hey, look, our voting system's pretty good though. We talked about that. Maine's doing it right with the tier voting or whatever.
Yeah, they have
that's fair. That's very fair.
Preferred selected voting or whatever it's called. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, so you were going to school
and then for 6th grade, I went to some like holistic private school or something like that, and it was all right. Here's the thing: it was a bunch of like mothers really like wanting like to teach their own kids and stuff, and it just wasn't great. I remember most of the time we were just outside playing in the woods, barefoot. It was just they just let us.
It's like where the wild things are running around.
Well, we're stupid. Like they would like be like, all right, go like dig in the dirt or something. And I remember we had like an election. Yeah, we had like this isn't the same election I think I talked about in the last episode in college. This is way before that. This is back in middle school.
This is how you got your start in fraud.
Well, hold on. Look. Look, Mateo, I'm paying taxes now, all right? I'm on the books. But anyways, I was a journalist for the election. But I was also a campaign member of one of my friends, Noah. So there was like a conflict of interest and stuff. So I was the head journalist, and I was running smear campaigns or smear like articles against other like kids and stuff.
So this isn't like the college one. Mm-hmm.
No.
Look, this is like an elementary school. Maybe
it's a little
going
worse.
behind the lockers. He's like, did you hear about Bill? I heard he doesn't like his dino nuggies. Do you really want someone like that in office?
Heard he picked his nose.
What's great about this is that there's YouTube videos of this. You can find it. Of me doing this stuff, and it's.
Are we
really
gonna make
fun.
a link dump where we just like hit up the link dump in the description?
I'm not gonna see. The thing is, I'm not gonna tell anyone. I don't want people to see that.
I've seen it, but I don't have it anywhere. I'd do it, but I've seen it.
I remember I showed you it.
I don't know where it is, so
there's a video about an attempted assassination or some shit that happened because someone chucked a grapefruit at one of the people running for president at their head, so it was kind of funny. And then we would play dodgeball outside, but except of using the right balls, we'd use basketballs, so brain damage. But yeah, and then 6th and 7th and 8th grade, I was homeschooled, which wasn't. It was okay, I guess. Nothing super exciting there. And then for high school, I was part of an online thing that was called Maine Connections Academy, which was okay, but
at PopCon this past weekend. I just dated this whole podcast. Anyway,
oh no.
At PopCon there was a graduation happening, and it was like an online school, and they were like the Digital Dragons. I was like, that's awesome. And
that's awesome and horrible all at the same time.
One dude skipped his graduation so he could go to a panel, and he was dressed as Spider-Man he had his graduation gown and stuff on.
That's beautiful.
It was great. It was that one panel that you guys missed on Saturday.
Okay.
Was it the My Hero panel?
No, that was, yeah.
Yeah, it was the My Hero panel.
Saturday. Yeah, that was the My Hero panel.
Yeah, it was the My Hero panel.
Yeah, my graduation was a shit show. So
I didn't go to my graduation.
Mine was also the same weekend as PopCon at the time, but I couldn't skip. And it was in the convention center. So like here I am like sitting in a room full of like 600 people I don't care about. And there's a stormtrooper just walking by. It's like I have a 3-day pass. I could just like
walk out.
Yeah, it's in my car. I drove downtown. Like I just remembered I drove that. I paid for parking. Did I pay for I think I just got retroactively mad about something that happened 7 years ago. I think I paid for downtown parking.
That's unfortunate. That is. I mean.
Yeah. No, you can continue.
I mean, to be fair, you were just graduating high school. Like, what else are you gonna do? Like.
Yeah.
God. Did have a cool graduation party. A friend came over to our house. That was cool. She got to meet my family, who I also didn't know. Now she's married. So that's how that turned out.
Wait, you didn't know you didn't know your family?
There's a lot of family I don't know.
She said she got to meet my family who I didn't know. Are you talking about your own family?
Yeah, my own family.
Oh. I was really confused for a second.
I mean, I get a lot of fans be like, "This is your cousin from someplace." I was like, "Oh, neat, I guess." That's like a black people thing, I guess. I don't know. Maybe other people do that. We need more representation. I mean,
that happens where I'm from and everything. They'll be like, "Yeah, this whole family here are like third cousins and everything."
Is everyone your cousin? Because my dad always he's like, "Yeah, you got to know so you don't accidentally date your cousin." It's like, "Dad, I'm not gonna date my cousin."
That's some Alabama shit right there.
You can marry your second cousin in Indiana?
Second cousin, yep.
So I think you can marry your first cousin. No.
In Alabama, it's first cousin. Yeah.
It's illegal. The joke is always Kentucky, but you can't do it at all in Kentucky.
No, Kentucky's. That's recent. You used to be able to do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know how recent's recent anymore. But at one point you could do all that shit.
Isn't the joke Alabama?
It's Alabama too, but it's also Kentucky.
Yeah.
Because you got the hills of Kentucky.
I don't know what the laws in Maine are. I don't know. I don't really look into.
You have to ask the queen if the queen says it's okay.
Yeah. But actually, going back to my work, I did have like 2 things happen because I was talking to my dad about it, and he's like, "Are you sure you didn't get like robbed or something?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think so." I'm like.
Tucker gets robbed at gunpoint and doesn't know it.
Alright, so there was this old man come up, and he reminded me of my Uncle Norman that passed away a couple years ago.
Norman Reedus?
Sure.
We just killed Norman Reedus.
Yeah, well, Walking Dead pretty much killed his career. But no, Death Stranding did.
Death Stranding was good! I didn't play it. I know people liked it, though.
Walking simulator.
People like that.
But anyways, there was this old man that came up to me while I'm stalking strawberries, the non-organic ones, because we have organic and non-organic. I don't know what the difference is, but
one has bugs and the other one's easier to eat.
I found bugs in both of them, so it doesn't matter.
There you go.
There you go. But anyways, this old man comes up to me. He's like, "Can I see this strawberry, a couple strawberries?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "I'm gonna show you a magic trick." And of course, I'm like super interested. I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be cool."
Then he just eats it.
No, well, he makes it disappear, and then I never thought about afterwards that I didn't see it again, and then he just walked away and fucking struck. And then there was another guy.
Grocery
Watch this, I will make this whole cash register disappear.
And then there was this other guy. See, he didn't come up to me or anything, but I noticed it while I was stalking bananas. I'm like, this dude's just walking around with his own handbag and putting like fruit in it. I wonder if you're allowed to do that. I don't know if.
Kind of?
You can, as long as you pay for it at the end. I mean, it's probably.
I don't know.
Some people use their own bags and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought you were supposed to use only like the handbags given out at grocery stores or something.
No, you can. But it also just kind of depends on the place and stuff and how they want to handle it. You can. There is a justification though for stealing produce though. As long as you pay for it, you have to pay for it and steal it at the same time. So what you do? Because look.
Wait, are you about to say about using organic fruit and then buying the normal ones because they're cheaper or something like that?
Almost. But I love self-checkout. But also, they're getting free labor, right? They're getting free labor out of me, so I should be getting paid for the work I'm doing. And so if you go to the self-checkout, you're buying produce. That you have to scan away. Pro tip: bananas are usually the cheapest item. So if you're catching my drift, I'm not saying do anything illegal. I'm just saying
a $3,000 TV as a potato.
Goes to Walmart, buys the most expensive items. Like, oh yeah, that's a broccoli.
No, I'm gonna go to a car dealership and I'm gonna try.
Why did you just get? Are you being summoned into the netherworld, Striker? Why did it get so dark in your room?
I actually see. I don't know actually. It's kind of dark outside. It's supposed to rain today, so.
I mean, in Canada, they have the opposite of what we have. You know, when it's sun out, it's night outside.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to rain today, though. Is it?
It's sprinkling out right now.
I want to ride my bike, and it keeps raining.
Right?
It just won't stop raining, and you gotta wait for everything to dry out. And in a minute, it's gonna be like 90 degrees. I'm not gonna want to do anything.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say, I'm like, you say you want to go ride your bike, but if it's actually nice out, are you gonna go ride your bike?
See,
it depends what nice out is.
Yeah, everyone has a different definition of nice.
Because like if it's 80, sure, but if it's past 80, it's too hot.
It's hard.
I get really mad at people. Like I follow some people from like California and like Arizona and stuff from on Instagram. I wanted to include that, not that I'd follow people like around, you know.
I mean,
anyway. I'm outside your window right now.
Cool.
You guys don't know where I am right now.
I'm pretty impressed if you have that set up outside my window.
It's better internet than I have in my house, so it's actually kind of cool.
And then you get to experience what I call city life, which is actually just a small town. If it was placed
Dude, his whole town has less people than we went to school with.
And it's considered a big city here, so you know.
That's beautiful.
Or like half of your city. It's something really close.
Yeah.
It's like he like showed us and told us the population, like, I went to school with that many people.
Yeah.
I went to school. I think my class size was almost 1,000, and like my school at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it was a big class. And then the freshmen that just came in as we were graduating was even larger. I think there were like 1,000.
That's double
something.
Mine. Mine was 600.
No, it was a large class. So like, but when I was, they're renovating right now for a reason.
Yeah, I saw that.
But when I was graduating, basically the entire school consisted of 5,000 something students.
Wow, I went to school with
maybe probably close to 4,000. Probably 4,000, but it was a lot. Yeah.
I think we had 600 in my whole school, maybe. And that was I think that was including the junior high because we like consolidated like in the middle of it. My graduating class was 89. Mateo's been to my hometown before. It's the smallest incorporated town in Indiana. And it's like 15 houses.
It's weird because there's nothing around like the houses where he lives. So it looks like, if you imagine like you have like the flat grid in like The Sims or something like that, right? And you put down the street, but the street is like at a 45-degree angle, like it's crooked. Like it's like, why isn't this lining up with the grid? So here's these like 6 houses that are like crooked that connect to a main street. Like they share a downtown with the next town over.
There is no next town over. We have like 5 miles before you get to the next anything. It's just this little like it's like somebody dropped house crumbs or something on their way to the refrigerator. Like it's just a little scattering of people.
The population of the town I live in, I'm not saying it on here. I don't want to get
dox yourself.
Yeah, I will.
I will. Do it.
If someone will donate $100 to our podcast, I will.
Striker will dox himself.
Striker will dox himself.
Luna Logic at PayPal.
Oh well. It's around, the population's 20,000, so it's actually larger than.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I literally could dox myself because it's so big. You're not gonna find me anyway.
1 million people.
Yeah,
Like,
at least. How many people live downtown? Fucking, I don't even
God.
know.
A lot of people live. Downtown's weird though because it's like it's one good square mile of actual buildings, and then the rest of it's just spread out really far for no reason.
Yeah.
It is. Well, it's just the highway. That's what it is.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
redoing that. It makes it a pain to get to work.
I
Yeah.
don't know what YouTuber, but someone's like, "Oh, he doxed himself. It says he lives in New York City." I'm like, "It's New York City. Where are you gonna find him?"
Okay, go start looking. Let me know when you find him.
Like, such people are so dumb sometimes. It looks like Indianapolis is right under 900,000
Yeah.
in 2020.
It's weird because it depends on how you like measure it. Because if you take the whole Indianapolis metro area, then you get like Fishers, which is trying its hardest to leave. Carmel, which is trying its hardest to leave.
Hardest to leave, yep.
Avon, who's trying its hardest to leave, and Beach Grove, who's also trying its hardest to leave.
I mean, Beach Grove is right inside. They don't have any right to leave.
They can't leave. They have to stay. They're inside. They're inside the circle. Everyone inside the circle has to stay.
Yeah.
Lawrence left, and it is inside the circle.
It's technically on the outside of the circle. There's only a portion of it inside.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Lawrence is on the one like top list of like terrorist attack places. You know, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be. Yeah. I don't know what number it is.
The fuck?
It's because of the finance center. Like all of the military paychecks go through there.
I mean, we do also have the fort and like all the military stuff too.
Yeah, but I think it's the only thing that's garrisoned there is the National Guard anymore. So.
Oh really? I thought there was.
Yeah, I don't think it's not an active fort anymore.
Well, no, the fort itself isn't, but I know there's stuff near it that.
Yeah, they have the arm, but I think it's all National Guard and like Air Force National Guard. So, but yeah, it's like so if you cripple that's the thing, America. Would we still fight if they stopped paying us? Like if all the military just stopped getting paid?
No.
No? Okay.
They wouldn't have money to fight.
There we go. Well, that's our political
podcast for today. Can just keep printing stuff. It doesn't matter. No one knows.
If they get Nintendo, just or if we believe hard enough, it'll be like Warhammer and the goblins with the orcs. The orcs are cool because they're so dumb that they just will stuff into working. So like they think that they make sound effects. Like they think that like red is a fast color, so they paint their guns red, and it actually does make their guns fire faster. They're like they're so stupid that they just will stuff into existing. There's like another one that they think that bigger things are powerful, right? So they just get a couple of orcs and stack themselves on top of each other. You're like two children in a trench coat, and it makes them stronger. Warhammer lore is stupid.
That's beautiful.
I was gonna make a comment about Maine in regards to the terrorist thing you mentioned. When like this violent crime in general is super low here, mainly because who's gonna kill who in bumfuck nowhere? I mean, it's what's good.
Unless it's like a direct feud kind of shit, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's not really happening. I mean, Maine literally is 90% woods. It's 90% forest.
It is.
I mean, this is based on reported. I mean, there's a bunch of bodies. No one's gonna find them.
It's like Stryker's house. Look, you know, like the anime like apartment building, like the stereotypical like anime row house apartment building. It's like 2 stories with the doors all on the outside and stuff. That's what Stryker's house looks like. But he like lives in an apartment building with no other buildings around him.
I have an attic and a basement and a garage. So
you said like your family owns the building?
Yeah. And it's right next to a brook. Thatcher. No, I'm not gonna say that. That's the only
a babbling brook.
I almost said the name of the brook, and it's the only brook named that actually in the United States. So
kind of.
How many tenants do you have?
2. Wait, what do you mean? Do you mean wait?
How many people live in the apartment?
I don't know why I got confused by that.
How many buildings? How many rooms?
Jesus. All
How many-
right. In my apartment, there is 1, 2, 3.
Oh no,
4.
I'm sorry. That's my fault. How many apartments are there?
There's 2.
There's 2 apartments.
Yeah.
Kick out the other people, and we'll all move in. We're gonna have a gamer house in Maine.
Oh.
Striker's over here outing himself as a landlord.
My uncle lives downstairs. That's where he lives. So
what's he doing?
He doesn't need a gamer house nearly as much as we do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it depends. Will you actually pay rent?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll pay rent with all the money that we're making from the gamer house.
Totally.
I'll think about it.
See, that's why we call him capitalist scum. Mr. Krabs is up here because he's like, all I care about is if I get paid. It's like he doesn't trust in our ability. I pay all my bills on time. I'm never late on a bill. In fact, I have a credit on my electric bill right now.
I have a 90-cent credit on my electric bill right now too.
Dude, look at that.
Wow.
Okay, Aaron, what's your pitch?
What to convince Striker to let me in his house?
Yeah.
I'll let myself in if given enough tools and the audacity to do so.
I have a dog, but I don't know.
Great, like let's go.
I don't think your dog would do anything.
You probably wouldn't. I mean, she's more of like, I'm gonna bark at you, but if you come close to me, I'm just gonna roll over.
Exactly, yeah. Like
just I'm tough. Don't be mean to me. I'll cry.
My dog's even worse. She will bark consistently always, no matter what. And then as soon as you get close to her, she'll get so excited she'll start doing the pitter patter, you know?
Oh.
And then she just starts jumping. And then eventually she just jumps on you and like will knock you over, even though she's not heavy at all. She's only like 45 pounds, not even 40 pounds, and if she give enough run up, she will knock you down.
What type of dog do you have?
She's a husky Pomeranian mix, so Pomsky.
Ah, okay. I have a yellow lab.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Grew up so super fast. I see your posters in the background. You have, was that My Hero?
Nope.
No. I see Ruby.
I see Ruby. I see Kill la Kill. That looks like Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, what's that last one?
Demon Slayer, I think, is the last
Demon
one.
Slayer. Yeah.
Demon Slayer, there you go.
I think I knew that, and I said the wrong thing.
I was like having to look really close to see what everything
No, I think I
was.
knew it was Demon Slayer, and I said the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're going with. I discovered a really awful ability I have on Twitter because I'm a degenerate. There's this Twitter page I follow, and they've been posting like a guess the character, but they've been posting like just characters' boobs, and I'm finding out that I'm like strangely accurate.
Did I get it right? Is that who it is?
See, no, this is a different one. I know what you're talking about though.
Okay.
But no, I've just been like, I was like, why am I so accurate at this? I haven't even seen all of these shows. I'm just like,
see, my problem is I would know who it is. I just wouldn't be able to say the name or the name of the anime because I'm so bad at names.
Yeah, I've gotten worse. I've gotten worse. I don't know anyone's name anymore. So, but oh my god, it's just.
I've seen so much anime now that like I know the characters and I know the story arcs. Like they're all the same at this point.
Yeah, no, I can tell you like what anime based off its art style and characters even if I haven't seen it. And like sometimes I used to be able to tell you the studio, but there's so many new studios now. Yeah, that I don't know who's who anymore. Like,
all right,
and some studios have different art styles too.
Max, what's your top 5? Top 5 anime.
Top 5. Oh my god, that's
You can do 10 if you need to.
it's not even that. It's just going
a lot of anime.
Striker's doing the one thing that people do at like voice actor panels at conventions, where you have
everyone's
people,
like, "How dare you do this?"
Whose entire career is based around anime, and then you have like this person that just doesn't know any better, is like starstruck, and they're just like, "What's your favorite anime of all time?" To somebody who does anime for a living.
Well, should I pick
I get
a
it, but
genre or something?
No, it's just my brain trying to figure out what I think is my top ones. So when I was younger, I would definitely give you like the obvious ones, like My Lie in April kind of thing, because those were some of my starting ones, and they still do hold some meaning to me. But definitely, I read so much more manga now than I do anime at this point.
You're like the anime man. He's like the manga man now. Have you?
Right?
If any of you guys follow him, he doesn't watch anime anymore.
He doesn't at all. No. Let's see here. Hosanakuni. Fuck, what's the English title for that?
Oh,
I'm trying to remember. Fuck. It's Land of the Lustrous.
Oh.
That's definitely up there.
Land of the Lustrous is amazing.
It's amazing. I don't know if you guys are reading the manga, but it's starting up again, which has been on hold for 2 years. So I'm so happy about that.
I want to read the manga, but like one of the things I loved about Land of the Lustrous was that like people were like, oh, you can't do CG anime. Land of the Lustrous. Like here's Land of the.
Oh god.
So it's one of those shows I'd like to see animated. Just because it's but yeah, Land of the Lustrous, fantastic.
Land of the Lustrous, top tier for sure. Honestly, I don't know if this is necessarily my top 5, but it definitely holds a special place. It's World Trigger.
Is World Trigger good? See, okay, so I was watching it, and then I fell off of it because like I just kind of got tired of the shonen thing. I was like, this is a lot, because it was a long running anime. So
yeah, it was a long running anime. So yeah, it has a few hundred episodes now at this point. And I mean that's fair. If you get bored of it, that's fair. But
I want to go back to it though.
I watched it as it came out, and
so was I.
Yeah, it was really great.
Okay. I'll have to go back.
It was also before I really realized that all the tropes exist everywhere.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, I knew, but like I didn't care, I guess is the
yeah. It hasn't been like drilled. It's like, oh, I can still enjoy a Ubisoft open world game. So, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, World Trigger. That's good.
Yeah, World Trigger. I just really like it. It was a niche concept, even though it's really not. Just because they combine things that that you didn't really see before then. Soul Eater, top one, especially the manga.
Yeah, because the anime decided to end in the middle of an arc.
Yeah. If we ignore the ending of the anime, it was fucking beautiful. So that's definitely up there.
I didn't mean to rewatch Soul Eater.
Mushoku Tensei.
Oh.
I like
the
the anime and nothing else, because the manga at some point just goes somewhere completely different from its roots, and that kind of pissed me off.
I wonder if the light novel does that too.
I don't know.
No, I've been watching it. I want them to put the light novel out on Audible, because that's the only reason you can get me to. That's the only way you can get me to read anything. That's not like a comic book or something. But yeah, no, Mushoku Tensei is fantastic. It gave me like just a little bit like Spice and Wolf is what I consider my favorite anime and my first anime. And Mushoku Tensei, even though they're not even in the same genre, gives me such Spice and Wolf vibes, just in its slow world building and everything like that.
What's honestly so crazy is that it's so old, and it's one of the first isekais. I mean, it's not the first, but it's early enough.
Yeah,
and it does so many things.
Is older.
It might be. But it does so many things right compared to so many other ones that came after it.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
I mean, it's weird. It's Mushoku Tensei is weird because it has all the same tropes.
It does.
It just does it better. It just does it better. It's like, oh, we have like an incel main character. We have harem. We have fan service. We have overpowered protagonists, and it does each of those so well.
Yeah.
Right, as to not feel tropey.
And honestly, just the animated version of it also brings together because the music and everything else that they combine with it just works so well with it.
They had to delay it to make sure that they got it right.
And I'm honestly glad they did.
Yeah, they delayed it to make sure they got it right. So, hats off. Yeah, Mushoku Tensei. Everyone needs to watch it. If you can get over yourself from some of the more uncomfortable parts, it does pay off because there's a reason that's like that. So.
Yeah, no, there is a reason why at the beginning it's so fucking insufferable. What else? Made in the Abyss.
Yeah.
Made in the Abyss.
Yes.
That's
Suffering.png.
It really is. I wish they would do more.
PNG with a great score, like.
I need to go watch the
I think the new season of it's supposed to be out next month.
It is. Oh fuck yes.
Yeah.
Is it coming out after the movie, or is it like gonna be?
Isn't the movie already out?
No, yeah, but I'm saying like, is it coming?
Oh, take it
like story wise.
I don't know because I haven't seen the movie.
Great question. Yeah,
I haven't seen the movie and I haven't seen the OVAs
because it's not streaming anywhere.
Yeah, it's not. You have to pirate it.
I'll buy it.
There was OVAs, but weren't they like recaps of the series or something like that? Like the OVAs.
Yeah, I'm pretty
all
sure.
the OVAs recaps. I thought there was some new stuff in there, or like a side story or something.
I don't know if there was or not, but I know that there's like a whole movie that's like a whole
just recap. Yeah.
There's movies or something that are recaps, and then there's movies that are like actual new material to it as well, like new stuff from the manga. But again, you can't find it anywhere.
I'm cute. I have dimples.
His own face.
I'm cute.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, Made in Abyss, fantastic. What else?
What else? I know this is a big topic right now, but I've been reading Spy Family since it came out. So more manga side than anime, but even though the anime has done an amazing job, Spy X Family is great.
Are you a Spy Family or each of you guys? Spy Family or Spy X Family?
Spy X Family.
Striker,
I say Spy Family just because it's easier to say.
Yeah, same with I just say Spy Family because it's easier to say.
But
then if you're talking to me about Hunter x Hunter, I will say the X in that.
Yeah, same with Hunter x Hunter.
But it's not the X is definitively silent.
Yeah, no, that's your opinion, and it's okay if it's wrong. Like,
no, it's not. He said so.
Again, it doesn't matter. Like, it's okay to be wrong about that. However,
you can be wrong. It's okay.
It's like the guy who invented GIFs.
Yeah.
The guy who invented GIFs says GIF.
Yep.
And he's wrong.
He's wrong.
He's wrong.
Just purely incorrect.
He really is. My
toe still hurts from when I stubbed it earlier.
Ooh, which toe?
Ow! I just hit my knee while trying to look at my toe.
Noragami.
I need to read Noragami. I need to read Noragami because it never went anywhere, right? With the anime.
Yeah, it never finished.
That's my type of anime. Like, it's kind of adventure. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to properly explain shows like that, but like Noragami, Tokyo Ravens, Blast of Tempest, the Index anime. Yeah, it's like, I love that style of
By Index,
anime.
you mean certain magical index?
Yeah. Okay, well,
magical railgun, or certain scientific railgun.
Yeah, Railgun's way better. So Index is funny because it's the only show where the spin-offs are much better than the main show.
Didn't they come out at the same time?
Kind of.
Like, didn't like one season come out, then the other one came out, and then, like, they swapped kind of thing?
Well, they did 2 or 3 seasons of Index, and in between that, Railgun was coming out. Then they did a bunch of then Index didn't get another season for like 10 years.
Really?
And then they put out a 4th season, and it's not good because it doesn't make any sense. Like, Index is so complicated.
It is.
Like, it's very complicated, and the anime had like so much stuff going on. It's like, it's been 10 years since I watched any of this, and I feel like I'm missing stuff. I don't know who. There's like 8 factions going on. I don't know who anyone is. Railgun is much better. Accelerator was kind of boring, but Mikoto Misaka, that's my girl. Like,
Of course.
I like Cinderella's. Leave me alone.
I guess I'll give my list. Mine's gonna be super. I don't watch as much anime, so it's gonna be very like.
Nobody watches anime
wrangling.
that make them cry.
No, I haven't cried that much, really.
I know. We have to go back to watching Clannad.
Y'all gotta finish Clannad, then you'll cry.
Yeah. I need to finish Clannad as well.
You want to watch Clannad with us?
Group emotional breakdown.
I'd have to restart. It's been so long since I started that.
Look, we only watched like one episode.
Yeah.
I've watched it before. He hasn't, so.
Okay.
All right. So my top 5 would be One Piece. I like One Piece.
Sure.
It's a good choice.
Really good.
Still haven't watched it, but it's a good choice.
Yeah.
Mateo refuses to watch it, and that makes me disappointed.
It's quicker reading it though.
Yeah, if I was gonna go into it, I would probably read it.
Yeah. Well, especially it's ending in like 3 years, so.
Just gonna watch all of the movies.
Yeah,
just
only
the movies.
They actually like halfway confirmed that now.
I'm gonna only watch the movies.
I don't know how they're gonna finish it in 3 years. I've heard there's so much more they're supposed to get through, but
we'll see. What else? I would say, even though
Naruto Shippuden.
No, fuck you. You know I don't like Shippuden that much. All right.
Naruto is way better than Shippuden.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, that's a hot take. I can't say anything. I did barely watch Naruto, but as my understanding, that's a hot take.
I don't think saying Naruto's better than I don't think saying Naruto's better than Naruto Shippuden is a hot take.
You don't think so?
I think that's
I don't know.
because I think Naruto Shippuden is good with like the pain arc, but the Great War and stuff is where it gets really messy.
Yeah, Shippuden is good until you get to like towards the end. Like I would say that I wouldn't see between Naruto and then Shippuden, they're just such they're the same show, but like there's key differences between the two that just stand them separately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's like I think what a major issue is bring in what's the white lady at the end? I don't remember her name. She shows up randomly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then basically the way they defeat her is even worse.
Yeah. But like it goes from being a kid who's like bullied and overcomes all this stuff, being like the most gifted person ever, and kind of is a cheat code, and is I don't know.
Shonen.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, I would say that with One Piece, I would also say Attack on Titan, even though the ending a lot of people are very iffy about. I
still haven't started the next part of the final season yet.
Yeah,
I'll get around to it.
You should.
I don't care what anyone's like. Attack on Titan is a modern classic. Like
it is,
especially when you could just watch it and not have to have several years between seasons. But Attack on Titan, like even if you don't like it, is a modern classic. Like people will talk about what Attack on Titan did. It's like gonna be like a Cowboy Bebop, going forward. Yeah. Maybe more of a Samurai Champloo, but still.
Yeah. Well, like especially like with Attack on Titan, without spoiling stuff, I don't think that you have every chapter up to pretty much the last chapter. The last chapter, everyone says like some people. There's a lot of people still split on it, where some people hate it, some people like it, some people love it.
Forget it's about the extended.
Yeah, I don't think one chapter can ruin a whole series.
No, it can't.
No, because I'm like the series is still pretty good.
I mean, unless they go, it was all a dream.
Yeah. Then.
Yeah. Okay, so there's only I've heard this debate a few times, and I think the best way I've heard it described is that it can't ruin a series, but it can keep the series from truly reaching its maximum potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think people are less mad about it ruining it and more about it not being able to make end it as great as the rest of the show has been.
I say if you do, I say Attack on Titan is one of those ones though, like you can watch it because especially until later, like the manga can't draw. He's a lot better.
He got better as time went on.
Yeah, but like,
for the beginning, he was a little rough. Yeah.
The Colossal Titan just looks like a Pop-Tart with legs. Like, dude can't draw. Like, here I am saying, look, he's a much better artist than me, especially now. But like, it's not great art. And Wit Studio, like, killed it so hard. I feel bad for Mappa because it's not that Mappa, when they took over, was doing a bad job. It's just that Wit Studio was doing such an amazing job.
See, the problem with this is that Wit just wouldn't be able to do the seasons that Mappa did because there's just so many Titans and so much fighting scenes that Wit just wouldn't be able to animate it the same way that they've been doing the original seasons.
Yeah, I think,
like,
I think Wit got busy doing something else though.
I mean, that's the whole reason they should have the Mappas, because they're like, yeah, we'd rather do this. But
Mappa's doing everything now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird season because I feel like it hurt, and I'm curious to see the Blu-rays of Attack on Titan when that comes out, of the Mappa seasons, because Wit was doing like 4 or 5 shows that season. So I'm like, okay, like there's a lot. How are y'all doing all these shows right now?
Wait, did you mean to say Mappa?
What did I say?
You said Wit.
I meant Mappa. I thought I said Mappa. Yeah, no, Mappa, the Mappa seasons, because they were doing like 4 or 5 shows that season.
Yeah, because they were doing Jujutsu Kaisen, and then they were...
That's clearly where all their money went.
They focused on Jujutsu Kaisen, which they should. It was fucking amazing.
I need to see Zero. I didn't see Zero.
Zero confused me, because I read the manga as well, and I don't know where the fuck that places into it.
I think it's just a prequel, right?
It's supposed to be, but it's not.
Alright, what else is on your list, Striker?
Violet Evergarden.
Oh yes, yeah.
If you ever want to get someone into anime and they like story stuff like that, was it episode 5 or episode 10, where they do where she goes to the like house out in the middle of nowhere with the to write the letters for the mom.
Like 5.
No, wait, that's episode 9.
Oh, episode 9. Yeah, like if you're like, oh, I'm not sure about anime, so just like, here, give me 20 minutes of your time, have them watch that one episode, because you don't need any context or anything. It's self-contained.
Really, the episode where she went to where he had his daughter that died, and then like she would walk on the water or whatever, or she said she always would walk on the water with the parasail, and then she just started running and then jumped. That was such a beautiful scene.
It's so good, and like, and it's Kyoto Animation hasn't been putting out stuff like they used to ever since the fire.
I mean, to be fair, it's fucking fire burned down their building.
Burned down their main. God, a lot of people died in that. But Kyoto Animation is always the show that's like, that puts people in, because they do a lot of comedy and romance and slice of life stuff. But then they'd be like, hey, don't forget that we're still Kyoto Animation.
Yeah, we'll make something that'll like fucking throw you down in the dumps and make you cry.
Yeah, like I think of Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. And like that has some of the best fight scene animation in anime for a slice of life show.
It's so, I mean, just like, also the show is great too.
Yeah, the show is great, but like it goes hard. Like Kyoto Animation is like, hold up, there's a reason that we're one of the best animation studios.
Bro, like, fucking where they went out to that fucking field just to have play, and they fucking the best fight scene ever.
There's a fight scene at the beginning of the 2nd season that's of S, between Toro and Ilulu, I think it is, and it's wild.
It is.
It's so wild. Okay, so we got Violet Evergarden. That's 3, right?
Yeah. Violet Evergarden movie, the final movie's so good. I mean, even the additional stuff is really good.
Everything from Violet is amazing.
Yeah, that's Kyoto.
Hellsing Ultimate.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then for 5, hard. The only thing, there's like 2 coming to mind, which is either Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, or Death Note, and I think I'm just gonna put them both at number 5 spot because I both
like
them.
To you.
Yeah. See, I originally grew up on Dragon Ball, and I used to be like, "Oh, Dragon Ball is my top 5."
Once Dragon
really
Balls.
That much.
Yeah.
As I've seen other stuff, because I'm like, I'll give Dragon Ball credit. Like the original Dragon Ball, I still kind of like, where I'm like, it was
original,
funny.
yeah.
And then Dragon Ball Z had somewhat of a story, I guess, going up to like to the Frieza, and everyone talks about the Cell stuff. But then everything after that is Goku being an asshole and just starting. Like, I watched Super, and Super I don't know.
People hated Super. That was the one that people didn't like, or was it? No, I'm thinking of
It was
GT.
Yeah.
GT.
Yeah, there was still parts of Super a lot of people didn't like. But Beerus, the introduction of Beerus and stuff was cool. I like that because it expanded on things. But then you had the whole multiversal tournament thing, and everyone's like, "Oh, Goku, you saved us." And I'm like, he literally waged the lives of the entire universe just so he could
He could
fight
fight,
people.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Like he
then
chose to do that. He didn't have to.
yeah. And then like I still read the manga because it comes out every month just to see where it's going. And now it's just like, oh, a new random guy showed up. I'm like, there's no story to this
They're
at
running out
all.
of colors and numbers for Goku to like Super Saiyan evolve
So
into.
the new movie that came out, I saw clips of it. Um, Gohan got a new form after
What's Goku's like strongest form right now? It's like God
Ultra.
Slayer Super Saiyan
It's
15 Ultra Instinct, fuck your
it's
mama, Deluxe Extreme. Like
it's like Mastered Ultra Instinct, and now Vegeta has Ultra Ego. It's called or something like that.
But
And
I think it's hilarious. They've gotten so far powerful they went back to the original hair color.
yeah, yeah, and then I I would have like I think a few years ago I would have put Hunter x Hunter on my top 5. But it's actually funny because everyone talks about their favorite being the Chimera Ant arc, but I actually prefer the Phantom Troop arc over it. Um,
I could see where you're coming from with that. Yeah.
yeah, I actually liked the earlier episodes of Hunter x Hunter compared to the Chimera arc a little bit.
Really?
I personally, for me, it dropped off. Not dropped off like it where it's like a shit tier arc or something like that. But I would
mid
give
tier.
yeah, I would give Chimera arc like a B. But I would give I don't know. It just didn't do a lot for me.
It did become a slightly different show. So if you enjoyed the more beginning of it, then I could see why.
Yeah.
I like Fairy Tail and no one likes Fairy Tail. And the last
I
season
really
was
enjoyed.
awful.
I didn't watch this last season because I knew it was going to be awful.
They
but
didn't animate it. They just ran out of money. It's like the entire last season is supposed to be like the big war that they've been building up to, right?
Yeah.
And then one, it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got like Dragon Ball levels of just like faffing about. On top of when they do finally fight, it's like barely animated.
Yeah.
Like it was so bad. But my favorite anime, Spice and Wolf.
Of course.
It's such a good. It was the anime that got me into anime.
Don't read it because unless you really like economics.
The manga's fine. The manga is a fine.
Oh no, I meant the light novel.
Yeah, no, it's dry. Although, if you're into Audible, I do recommend the light novels on Audible. Cause who voices Lawrence? Crispin Freeman? No. Yes, no. Whoever voices Lawrence, I don't remember. But he reads it. He reads the light novel. It's peak. But yeah, so Spice and Wolf, the anime, we're getting a new Spice and Wolf project. So excited.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna get the Fruits Baskets treatment. So it's like a whole new. They're not picking up where it left off. They're redoing the whole show.
Okay.
So that it used to be the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Okay.
But the more I watch it, it's like, man, this is still a really good show, but it doesn't hold up in the same way. Just the way its storytelling works. And I'm still kind of salty about the Endless Eight. Do you know about the Endless Eight, Max? In Haruhi?
No, I don't.
So in the second season of the Haruhi show, so the Haruhi light novels alternate back and forth between like this book is going to be one entire story versus a bunch of short stories, and that's how the volumes alternate. Well, the Endless Eight was in one of the short story volumes. It's like a 40-page story, and the main characters get stuck in a time loop. So for the anime, for 8 straight weeks, they played the same episode. But here's the thing: it was a fully animated different episode. So like there were like minor differences and stuff like that, right? Though we wearing different clothes or whatever, but it was the same episode for 8 weeks.
That's
now, mind you, this is like a 13-episode season.
That's horrible.
But they made it up to everyone with like the disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya, which is like one of my favorite anime movies ever.
I still haven't seen it.
It's so good.
Is it on that thing that you
It's
asked
on
me?
no, it's on Crunchyroll because Funimation grabbed it. But you
Yeah.
don't want to watch it without having seen Hari. Like it kind of lives on because it brings to head a lot of stuff that's been building out throughout Haruhi and knowing the characters and everything like that. And it's also long, it's like 3 hours.
I still have yet to actually go through and watch the movie. I've watched the series. I sat through all of the Endless Eight and everything, but I still haven't watched the Apology movie, as it were.
Yeah, it's so good. But so that it used to be My Hero I'd put on there because My Hero just makes me so happy. But then the last season was boring.
Yeah, nothing happened.
Jobless Reincarnation will go on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put School Rumble on there.
Hell yes.
That's one I haven't heard in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I love School Rumble.
We still gotta finish it. We got like 5 episodes left.
We have to finish School Rumble. I've watched this so many times.
We just keep not watching anime at the same time because I'm lame and I go to bed.
What are things I've bought prints of? Just trying to think of what.
Like most things you've bought prints of.
Yeah, it's like who have I bought prints of? God, I'm trying to think of like what I think is. Oh, love Chinibio. It's a Kyoto animation show.
Yep.
Love Chinibio. No dudes, but specifically for the English dub. I know that's blasphemous, but I'm a dub watcher if I can help it.
Really? Okay.
I just think I watch anime in the morning when I first wake up before work.
Okay.
I try to read subtitles.
Like there are some anime that have really good dubs, but there's some other ones that's like you can't watch the dub.
Oh,
like,
I agree. What I like about what I say was called Chunibyo is that it's a Kyoto Animation moe show, right? So it's cute girl, she's cute and it's a rom-com and everything. But what I really like about it is for the English dub, the voice actor who they got to voice Rika, the main girl, has a lower voice.
Really?
Yeah, than like her Japanese counterpart. Right, because the
Japanese one's like high pitched. Like
yeah, it's moe anime, right? So she's all cutesy and stuff like that. And I really like how it's lower because, right, she has Chunibyo, right? So she's like, I have powers and the demon lord is inside of me and stuff like that. But she's a high schooler, right? Like the last season.
I passed school.
Yeah, and she's like 18, like she's an adult, but she's acting like this. So, but with the art style,
peak.
God, but with the art style, with the cute art style and the cute voice and stuff, and then she's acting like a child, right? She's acting like a little kid playing pretend, right? It's just cute. But when they take that and lower her voice, now she sounds more her age. And the idea of a high schooler acting like a middle schooler means it takes on a different meaning, when it's like, oh, she's not childlike. No, she's doing this for a reason. It's her coping mechanism, and it comes across so much stronger that way. What else? Ooh, I would put it on the show I haven't watched in a while. Full Metal Panic.
Full Metal Panic. Wow.
Yeah.
That's one I have not heard of in a good minute.
Full Metal Panic, because like it's everything that anime is. Right, it's big robots, it's rom-com, it's tsunderes, it's high school, it's girls with different colored hair.
Just check everything that anime.
It really does.
It's so much fun.
I was waiting for you to mention a redo of Healer. You and Aaron.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Peak anime redo of Healer right there.
Pain.
I'll put Sword Art Online on that list before I put Redo of Healer on that list.
If we're only talking about first season, Sword Art Online's pretty fucking good, not gonna lie.
It's good. See, the thing is, what people don't understand about Sword Art is like, Sword Art, it's not that Sword Art is bad. It's that Sword Art should be better for how popular it is.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's not that Sword Art is bad. It's not bad.
It's also that it could have gone better in so many situations and they plainly chose wrong.
You mean like how the writer hates women?
Yeah. Yeah. That specifically.
I mean, the writer for Death Note also hates women, so.
Yeah.
It's like have you, like, Misa Misa's not a character. Like, Misa Misa is not a character.
Like, cause I remember at first like Misa shows up and you're like, oh, she's gonna be like a rival to Light and stuff, and she's gonna be like diabolical, and then she's nothing.
Hey, they did that in the awful Netflix movie. Misa and Light basically swap personalities.
I saw scenes from that movie. It was so bad.
Yeah. I wonder how the One Piece Netflix show is gonna be, because the thing is, it doesn't look horrible. Like
people hated the Cowboy Bebop Netflix show, and I thought it was fine. So for me personally, if the One Piece show is at least that quality and hopefully better, I'm not gonna complain.
My one issue is I don't know how the fuck they're gonna get Luffy to look good.
Oh, it's not going to look good.
Because like, how do you get that stretchy arm look to look decent? It's non-animated.
Yeah, no, it's one of the reasons why I'm sure it's one of the reasons that switching gears a bit, like Marvel for Miss Marvel that's airing right now. Mm-hmm. I know that's one of the reasons why they changed it. Yeah, one is to make her powers line up more with like Captain Marvel and stuff, but also her powers are kind of gross.
I mean, it's basically she can change the size of herself.
Yeah, she's a polymorph.
She's a polymorph. Yeah.
So like that, nope, they're not gonna. That looks so weird. Dude, all big hand and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But like, they've really changed a lot about her. I haven't seen the first episode, but I've seen some stuff, and like at least her superhero version of herself has changed a lot compared to her
powers. Her powers are a lot different, very much so. She has a whole different power set. Mm-hmm. They do bring in the way that the old powers work, so that's cool because she basically is a Green Lantern now. But her as a character, spot on.
I heard that the character part straw on is just the superhero part that was very different.
It's very different. Costume looks great though.
The costume does look cool. I hope they don't make it that like, oh, someone stole the gauntlets, now she's useless kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of just a trope that no one needs.
Yeah. But I mean, Miss Marvel's such a good character, especially when it came out. Like we were at that like perfect age to start reading her too. It was just such a good character. But like for our last bit of chunk here, before we call it recently, it's rolling into summer. We got E3 doesn't exist anymore. Rip to E3. Everyone
E3 is dead.
Chat for E3.
We did a whole episode on that will not be released.
That's never going to come out to the light of day.
It was awful.
It was awful.
Unfortunate.
They said they were coming back next year, but we'll see.
I doubt it.
But Summer Game Fest, Jeff Keighley, the savior of all video games, is putting it upon himself to make sure that we have our summer festivities. Summer Game Fest kicked off this week, dating this podcast again. Mm-hmm. And I think there was some pretty interesting reveals.
There was a decent amount of stuff. I would say at least about half the things that were on there I'm kind of looking forward to.
The Goat Simulator trailer was the best. How they trolled everyone.
That was beautiful.
Dead Island.
Trolling Dead Island and the cat game, Stray.
Yes. I'm here for Cyberpunk Cat Simulator.
I'm here for Cyberpunk Cat Simulator. Like that's just gonna be fantastic. And the Devolver Digital showcase was great because Devolver Digital is just a shit post of a company.
I watched that too. That was hilarious.
I didn't watch the whole thing, horrible but at the same time. Watching it.
Suda51 shows up at one point and just does a weird number bit for like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
it's way too long and it's so great.
It's horrible. I'm sorry, but just that entire thing is like the singularities happen. Why?
They have gone a bit Saints Row and jumped the shark a bit, like because they've always had this good balance between shit posting and actually doing something good. This was a little bit much, but I can forgive it for the Suda51 bit.
Yeah.
But Cult of Lamb, I'm so excited for Cult. I want to run a cult as a demonic sheep.
Yes.
Sacrifice.
Personally, it's not my kind of game, but I see it and it just looks good.
It's not my kind of game, and I'm gonna buy it anyway. Like,
yeah. What I'm excited about is the Callisto Protocol.
Oh, for sure. I'm
That's the
definitely
one
getting
by
that.
the Dead Space devs, like the former Dead Space devs.
Because
Yeah,
it's being developed by Striking Distance Studios. Because originally it was supposed to be like an expanded universe thing for PUBG. Because
yeah,
because Glenn Schofield is working on it,
Oh,
who
glad
was
that's
part of
so
well, he
glad.
co-created the Dead Space series,
Mhm.
and I've never played a Dead Space game, so I want to play the remake too, and I want to play this.
they're scary. Yeah, Dead Space is scary.
Dead Space was amazing.
Yeah, but
no, yeah, Callisto Protocol. I'm excited for that, even though I'm not going to play it. But if anyone decides that they want to like do a scary playthrough for me, and by like with me, I mean play the game for me, so I could just sit next to you and be scared.
Like
that'd
you
be
made me
great.
do with the VR stuff that one time.
Yeah.
This dude didn't want to play his VR horror game, but he really wanted to experience a VR horror game, and by that I mean he wanted me to experience it. And I
Which
did,
game?
and it was great. It was the kitchen. The was that like a Resident Evil?
Yeah, the Resident Evil
thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, it was
Resident
like
Evil
whatever
7,
like the Sony VR thing like had first come out, and I had never played like any good VR stuff before. So he sits me down and is just like, okay, cool, we got a little intro to VR. Now jump into this horror game. And it's short, and there's really not a whole lot going on, but like once
he was just screaming and cursing.
Well, yeah, pretty much. I was just like played it with like good headphones, all this other stuff, and it was fun. It was, but being a guinea pig was an experience.
Yeah.
Anything else that we're excited for that they showed off?
See, I didn't watch a lot of trailers.
Well, the problem is COVID has made no games come out, so there's like nothing to show. There's like, we would have been here, but we haven't developed for the last 2 years.
I still want to get Gotham Knights, but I need a PlayStation 5.
Is it only PlayStation 5 is coming out on?
they cut the last gen.
Rip.
It's just next gen. So
I was just gonna try and see if I could get on fucking PC, but I guess that's not happening.
No, you can get it on PC. It's gonna be on PC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's good. They cut PS4 and
I'm okay with that.
Xbone. Xbone.
Okay, because I really want Gotham Knights. I mean, it's basically just another Gotham game.
See, Gotham Knights is still weird to me because me and Mateo discussed this, where the trailer, or at least the first trailer, the cinematic trailer, starts off like it's a sequel to the Arkham series, but it's not.
It's not, yeah.
Because Arkham Knight finishes with Bruce Wayne with Batman supposedly dying, and it starts off the same exact way.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
So
years.
The Justice League game is a sequel. Is in the Arkham universe. The Justice League game that they delayed.
Really? What was it? It was
Kill the Justice League.
Yeah.
Except that Deadshot is black now. So he was white.
Because of the movies.
Yeah, I know, but like he was white in all the other games.
Yeah, I mean he's white in all the comics too, but then like more recently in the animated movies as well as the regular movies, he's been black. So
yeah,
I think they're trying to
wonder if they're
transition
going to
that
explain that or just don't explain it.
I don't think they're going to.
I'm excited for that. I love Harley Quinn. She's become such a great character now.
She really has. She's evolved so much from what she used to be.
Yeah, no. Also, her comic, Harleen, which goes over like her origin story. Oh, fantastic read. Like, fantastic read. I recommend it to everyone. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't too much going on, but as we start to wind down here a bit,
there were a few honorable mentions that I would.
Oh my god, what you got some? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I watched the entire thing last night because I was like, well, fuck, I need something to talk about. And so Witchfire, it basically looked like Doom, but like country.
Yeah.
It looked like Doom because there's still all the demon shit, but like it looked more like colonial weaponry kind of shit. But it looked like it played exactly like that, and I'm excited because I love fucking Doom.
Yes.
And so there wasn't a whole lot that they showed, but from what it looked like, it looked good, and the music was pretty fucking dope. So I'm looking forward to that.
Metal Hellsinger.
Yes.
I was literally just about to bring that up. Metal Hellsinger, which is basically a Doom rhythm game.
No, he sent me the trailer of that, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I can make myself get excited for it.
The System of the Down and
Yeah, the music was fucking dope. The music looks so good, and like the dev was there, and he was basically said, yeah, basically, the more you kill things to the rhythm, the better you get, or something. Like you become stronger, or you get like power ups and shit, and it just goes better. So the more you're rocking with it, the better it gets, and that
it said
sounds
like
so
headbanging
cool.
is not required but encouraged.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Nice.
And
you have another
then
one?
yeah, so there was one called The Quarry, and this is looking more like a story-based one. There was another game very similar to it that came out years ago for the PS4 when the PS4 launched.
It's the guys who did Until Dawn.
That's what I'm looking. Yeah, Until Dawn.
Yeah.
So it's basically another version. I mean, not another version. Another game similar-ish to that, and I really enjoyed that game. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah. Have you played the Dark Picture Anthology?
I didn't.
They did. Dude, we should probably play it and do something because it has multiplayer.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had it before. I don't have it anymore, so I have to rebuy it. But
we'll find out where we can
get it. Is that connected to the Until Dawn thing?
No, not the Dark Picture Anthology and not the Quarry.
Okay.
They're unrelated to it, but same devs. Same gameplay.
Same devs, so they're very similar play style. Then I think the last thing is The Last of Us.
I hear some people are really upset about it.
We haven't seen a whole lot, so people are going fucking crazy because it's supposed to be a multiplayer game, but they're basically not bringing any of the original characters, and I think that's
it's like a whole thing. And it's like in San Francisco too.
It's in San Francisco. It's supposed to be a separate storyline in the same world, and that's what people are mad about. And I mean, it makes sense why they're not bringing the original cast, because how can you bring the original cast into a multiplayer game?
Yeah, it's gonna be its own thing, and people are also upset about the what's it called, the remake. One, it leaked. It leaked ahead of time.
It leaked the night fucking before, which I find hilarious.
Dude, Last of Us always leaks.
Yeah, it does. But I didn't realize people were upset about it.
They're kind of weirded out with the look because they're rebuilding it from the ground up, so the art is different. And what I'm thinking is happening, because they said that they were able to take the original mocap performances and everything and more closely match it, so the characters look different. So what I think is happening is Joel and Ellie look more like their actors than they did before, because they did the same thing with Spider-Man. So they changed Peter Parker, and he looks more like Yuri Lowenthal now than he did before. And I think that's what they're doing with The Last of Us, because Ellie looks more like Ellen Page again.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the new Ellie. I kind of like the old Ellie better. I think she made it. They're making her look a lot younger, which, I mean, fair. She is supposed to be more of a kid in the first game.
Well, they did make her so, like, the original, she looked almost exactly like Ellen Page. And then they changed it. They rounded out her face a bit, so she looked younger in the original release than she did, like, way back when they were previewing it, like the very first release all those years ago.
So I was looking at it, and they did side by sides during the thing, and she just looks. Realistically, she just looks younger.
Yeah.
But it's definitely higher definition for sure.
I don't know that I need to buy it again though.
But Joel definitely. I think Joel looks better personally.
Yeah.
He just looks better. Yeah, and then they showed some of the scenes, and the scenes just look so much better. Like, all the background stuff used to be like, oh, it was just background. Now it's there, like it's part of the scene more. So I'm kind of excited for it. Apparently, they changed completely the way all the enemies move. I mean, not like changed, they redid they completely redid it, the AI. So it should be like it can be more difficult and more realistic in a way, instead of like, oh, I'm hiding behind this thin ass wall, it can't hear me, ha ha ha. And now it's like, oh, we see you through that glass.
I don't know that I'll need to replay it though, but I'm excited to see what it.
It's been years I've played it, and I only
have it on PS4. PC.
I don't know. I haven't really announced a whole lot because it's not coming until like sometime 23.
Yeah.
I'm also excited for the show.
Oh yeah, I thought it was like the baseball game.
The baseball game.
Yeah.
It's like, Striker, that's your wheelhouse. I don't know. What is sports ball?
I've never played Actually, no, I did play an MLB game. I was shit at it.
You guys play the like backyard sports games?
I like
Yes.
those. Those are fun.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for the show.
Yeah, no,
People
they
didn't
showed
like
a clip
Halo.
and it looked really good.
People didn't like Halo. I watched the whole thing.
I
Master
didn't
Chief
watch
had
Halo.
sex. Cortana watched.
Isn't canonically Master Chief not supposed to be able to have sex?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So I guess we could start to wrap that up. But one last thing before we go, just this is the end of the show. So what we like to do is just something. It could be video game. It could be completely unrelated. But just what is something that you want to shout out that deserves more attention, or you just want to bring to people's attention? Striker, you can go first with something, anything at all.
Anything?
I mean, you know.
I don't know.
Now I'm afraid.
No, I don't. See, what's funny, I don't have anything. There's nothing to talk about. I talked about it.
We're good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Max, you got anything? Just anything that you want to shout out? Anything at all? Be like, go eat breakfast or something. I don't
know. You know, honestly, this is gonna be more anime, but we did talk mostly about anime this episode. That's anyway, just some honorable mentions. Blue Exorcist, not the show,
Ooh.
the manga.
Okay.
Because the show went in a completely different direction.
We don't want to talk about Kyoto Arc.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks like the manga is actually wrapping up here, hopefully this year. So that's gonna be good. Fire Force is another one where it's ending it just ended.
Is
actually, like it ended last 2 months ago, I think.
God, I feel like Fire Force just started too.
And the ending was fucking amazing.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil it, but we already knew that it was part of the Soul Eater universe, and now we know how it's part of it.
Oh, okay. I'll have to go back to Fire Force. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we know how it's part of that. And then something I've gotten into more recently is Honzuki no Gegokujo, which is a sentence of a bookworm.
Oh, that's so good. That's also like basically just Spice and Wolf.
It is basically Spice and Wolf, but it's really good. They've been doing a great job with the anime that's been coming out. So just some few honorable mentions from me.
Nice. What's something I want to shout out? People go watch Miss Marvel because it's fun.
It looks really good. Cool. I'm actually probably gonna go watch the first episode today.
Aaron, on the 1s and 2s, do you have anything that you want to tell people?
There's this really great Ukrainian black metal band that I was listening to called White Ward that I was listening to before we started this up, and I'm excited because it's like very melodic, cool, scary black metal with like saxophone and jazz trumpet in it. And it's dope as hell, and that's just what I've been thinking about all morning for whatever reasons.
That kind of reminds me of the Pillows, which was the band for the soundtrack of Fooly Cooly.
Ooh, yes.
I would say this sounds nothing like Fooly Cooly, but yes, I agree. Fooly Cooly soundtrack is god tier. I love it.
It reminded me because they have a lot of instrumental stuff in there with like sax and stuff. So.
Oh yeah,
it might be a completely different sound, but it just reminds me.
No, it's totally different. But I do love the soundtrack for that. No, it's phenomenal.
We're gonna end up doing like a music 3x3 episode or something. We have to explain our musical taste.
Just get me and Chance on here, and we'll just geek out about metal bands for an hour.
I'm gonna need more than a 3x3 because my music tastes are everywhere.
I feel that, so much.
But no, this has been great. Look forward to more from us. As we get different cast members, different topics, things like that. And as we do other fun things, we'll record other fun things because this is just a group of friends who like to have fun. But again, I've been your host. I'm Mateo.
I'm
Striker's here.
Yeah, this was the 4th goal.
I'm Max.
And Aaron on the 1s and 2s.
Yo.
So we'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Wait.